They see how life has changed since they came up against you, but they just keep trying. Some people just don't know how to lose like a good loser, right? And I say this because guess what? When you sign yourself up to destroy others, you're already playing a losing game. You're already signing yourself up to lose by wishing others to lose, right? But even though these people see every attack and attempt has failed, they don't know how to accept failure. But the funny thing is, they know how to accept failure in life because they accepted it and they're comfortable living in their comfort zone, right? But they don't know how to accept failure in destroying other people's lives. You can't even accept failure in your own life, but you don't want to accept it in destroying other people's lives, right? Or you can accept failure in your own life and you're comfortable in it, but you get off on destroying other people's lives. You get it? And it's like, who does that, right? And this is the thing about being in a position to where you want to destroy others, or even being in a position to where you're not comfortable. Guess what? Failure is not necessarily failure unless you're comfortable in it, right? Just because I say, oh, losing and failure, it doesn't make it seem like, oh, a person just winning, or you just have to have so much, or just be having like an extravagant lifestyle or so much abundance. No, 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 no. It's waking up every day and doing something about it, even if it's just a piece at a time. You don't have to just move a million miles per hour. You could build it up one piece at a time and say, hey, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna clean today. Hey, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna be more organized, right? Hey, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna write some paragraphs, and it might turn into a book, it might turn into some poetry. Hey, I'm gonna hop in front of the camera and record something. I never tried that before, right? It's not like monumental things that require so much of you, and it's like, oh, you gotta be like some type of superstar overnight. Like, oh, no, we're not thinking materialistic. We're thinking spiritual, and we're thinking realistic, right? And a lot of things that people set on a pedestal and idolize like it's so hard to do, I can tell you how to do in a realistic, simple manner, and it could be done. Not overnight, but in a way to where it's not going to stress you, bro. It's not going to sit up there and give you a brain freeze, sis. And there's not going to be a whole bunch of hums, and maybe so attached to it. You're going to make it. You're going to win. This is your life, right? Because people can smell this on you. They have been trying the same repetitive attacks, and their life has changed for the worse. Every type of loss they can take, they've took for their own reasons and their own consequences. But even though they see it, they can't stop, right? Even though they see that no weapon formed against you will prosper, and you just keep going, growing, and glowing, guess what? They still keep trying, and they still keep failing day in and day out. And at this point, it's getting pathetic. At this point, it was already miserable. Now it's getting desperate. It was already desperate. Now it's getting meaningless and just like beyond the meaning of anything that you need to be doing in life, right? It's the opposite of forward movement, the opposite of positivity, the opposite of growth, the opposite of healthy, the opposite of abundance. And they don't care about these things because they know that they've lost it all. So now their main mission is aiming for you to lose it all, right? Their main mission, even though they have been failing and failing and failing, and it's like what would make a people or a person keep going, especially in a group, is to knock you off your position and basically put you on the menu to where they don't have to deal with you, right? Your success exposes their failure. The happier that you are, the more depressed they are, right? Instead of just accepting that depression, living with it, and doing something about it and putting it in God's hands, no, they've made their lifelong journey destroying you. And guess what? Everything that they do is repetitive, so nothing's new. You're walking past these people like cardboard boxes. You're ignoring these people because you know what's important and what's not. And it's not distractions. It's not haters in your life. It's not old Harry Potter and his little goofy little tricks and schemes and devices trying to slip and trick you up, right? This has nothing to do with you and your focused mindset and your growth, but they still keep doing it, and you've learned how to brush it off. And the more that you brush it off, the more that you win. The more that they try to make you fall off and destroy yourself, the more that you smile, you grin, you know what I'm saying? You're happy, right? You're in a good place right now. And another reason that they keep trying is because they're bored. When you lose everything, you don't have really too much to do all day. You don't really have too much to, work towards or look forward to, right? Especially when everything that they had to look forward to was you losing. Now, that's a wrap. So therefore, their entertainment, their success, their happiness, their joy is a wrap. You see what happens when you put your joy and your focus on destroying others. You never really prosper. You never really win. You always end up with the losing end of the stick. And this is their life from now on, right? They don't get to win due to their own actions. They don't get to win due to their own foolish devices and sick-mindedness. And they went so far down the rabbit hole. This is another reason why they're not going to come out successful, and it seems like they're not going to stop. Remember when I told you they did all these pacts, they did all these rituals, they did all these demonic coven activities, right? When you do these things, they have permanent consequences. And they're currently living with these permanent consequences. Thinking the devil is their friend. Bro, the devil is not your friend. The devil's going to give you trinkets in this life that he feels like can reel you in to the pit with him because he doesn't want to burn alone. And this is facts. And these people fell for it by signing a pact. And the agreement was to destroy you. And they're like 30 deep doing this and they still failed. But my thing is, when people are watching this happen, how did everybody just go for that? Like, nobody was looking like, Brody, you're really about to sign that? Coming up against bro? Coming up against sis? Like, bro, you're crazy. But no. They didn't have that type of common sense. They hopped right in line and they signed it, right? And it wasn't with ink. Yeah, some of these people be real deal, you know what I'm saying? Struggle with self-harm, right? So it's just another day for them. And I don't wish that on anybody. If you have babies that struggle with that, if you have family that struggles with that, I pray for them. But I'm telling you how sick-minded these people are. If they're willing to harm themselves, they have no problem harming you, right? I'm not laughing at that. I'm just saying, think how sick that is. You shouldn't be confused as why these people want to harm you and don't want to see you happy and successful. Because these people harm themselves, right? It's like, bro, do the math, right? But not only did they harm themselves and could have received help, not only did they distract themselves and could have received help, but they signed a pact knowing that they would fail. But it didn't look like it. They could have swore that they were going to win. But now you're on the winning end and they're on the losing end. And they can't do nothing but watch. Because when you sign pacts, when you make deals with the devil, there's consequences when you take the losing end. Even when you take the winning end. It's never a winning end, bro. It's the devil. He's always going to outwit you and get you for that soul if you give him an opportunity to. Guess what? That's what these people did. That's why they want to follow you. That's why they want to stalk you. That's why they want the negativity to rub off on you, right? That's why they get off on seeing you halfway sad, but you're never sad. All you radiate is joy. All you radiate is peace. All you radiate is love. And all you do is win souls for the Most High God. All day, every day, participate in your purpose, your gifts, right? Or, like I said earlier, work towards it one piece at a time because nothing just starts overnight. You got to start from somewhere, right, bro? Right, sis, right? So continue to pick up those pieces and move forward in a successful manner because the road is open, right? Your destiny, your path, your gifts, everything is coming, right? Your blessings are coming. If you're already blessed, you're going to get more blessings. If you're continuing to build back up from where you left off, you're going to get blessed, right? And you're going to multiply. Nobody's going to be able to snatch off your plate, right? The way these people's life changed, yours is going to change in the opposite way. And that's what they're really mad about. It's like the more that you grow, the more that they destroy themselves, the more that you smile, the more that they're depressed because they hate seeing that. But guess what? They're just going to have to struggle with depression if they hate seeing you smile so much because ain't nothing stopping. We're going to keep smiling, right? We're going to keep being joyful. We're going to keep experiencing and living and loving life because that's what God blessed us with. Don't let a hater throw you off your game because they're not even maintaining it in life. They don't even see the value in the life that God has given us, even though it's a beautiful life through all the ups and downs, right? And even though it seems like, oh, sometimes God may not be with you or whatever the case may be, it seems like that, but he's always with you. He's just testing you for times like this to where he knows you have faith and you believe that, right? That's the only way that he could fight your battles because you have faith, because you have displayed faith. Every attack and attempt of the enemy has not only backfired, but it's propelled you to success and it's drove these people crazy, not because you wanted them to, but because God doesn't want people coming up against the chosen ones when they're meant to save millions of souls. They have a good heart. They're not bothering anybody. They're not worried about anybody in a gossiping sense or a distracting sense, or we're worried about people as far as helping them, but we don't gossip and use that as a distraction and a reason to follow the crowd. And what's up with buddy, what's going on with such and such and such, and you know how they be, right? Can't mind anybody's business except for somebody else's business, right? They don't know how to mind their own business because they don't value their life and value their opportunity and their time enough to simply use it. Use your time, right? Because life goes like this. Because you've used your time and you've grown and you've valued things in a way to where it's pleased God. And even though you've been doing this and dealing with attack and attack and attack and poke and poke and poke, you've still put things in God's hands. Oh yeah, you're about to be blessed and it's going to be abundant. And nobody's going to be able to change that. Nobody's going to be able to distract you from that. Nobody's going to be able to steal that because it's yours, bro. It's yours, sis. That's why they call it destiny. That's why they really want to swap everything out with you in the first place. Because they knew you were chosen. They looked into your destiny and they saw that it was bright. Just as bright as you're shining right now. So keep shining and understand the attempts and attack of the enemy are never going to prosper. And even though they're persistent, they're just persistent in losing. They're just persistent in failure. If you know this to be the case, don't you be afraid to hop down there in that comment section and say, Lord Jesus will blind and destroy all the attempts and attacks of my enemies. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Make sure you guys hop down there, like this thing up. Make sure you guys hop down there, share this thing up. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button. We're keeping the loop every time we drop. I'll catch you guys in the next one.